Story of the Movies, Season 3, Episode 21. Today, I'll talk about all the episodes in the Goosebumps Disney Plus series. Episode 1, titled Say Cheese and Die, introduces our teens to the series. Isaiah, Margot, James, Isabella, and Lucas, and Justin Long as Mr. Nathan Bratt. Justin Long does amazing in this series, by the way, who inherits the house from a distant relative, because in the house, the boy who died in his house, Harold Biddle, whose spirit haunts the town, strange things happening to the teens who were there having a party. Episode 2, The Haunted Mask, focuses on Isabella as she finds one of the cursed items in the house, and the night of the party puts it on. But later the mask talks to her. She puts it on more and more, where Isaiah and Margot find Lucas being attacked by Isabella as she runs away as the mask took over her mind, and she finds a way to get rid of it and gets it off and gets rid of it. Episode 3, Cuckoo Clock of Doom, my personal favorite episode, explore where James has been on the night of the Halloween party. He hit his head on the cuckoo clock and got stuck in a time loop, and figures out he's stuck in the house, and later stops it and realizes he created evil clones that smell like green apple Jolly Ranchers. Yeah, they actually made the clones smell like that. So the others find the real James and save him from the evil clones. Episode 4, Go Eat Worms, is probably my least favorite episode and the grossest episode in the series, as this one focuses on Lucas as he finds Harold's worms and eats the worms, but the worms enter his body as he's sleeping, but the worms protect him from getting hurt. So later he knows why his father really died. So after he knows the truth, he pukes out all the worms, and a worm monster comes out and chases after him. Episode 5, Reader Beware, shows what really happened on the night of Harold's death, which reveals that their parents are the ones who really killed Harold in the fire. But Mr. Bratt tells them to come inside to hear a story. Episode 6, Night of the Living Dummy, picks up exactly where episode 5 left off. But Mr. Bratt explains the story about Slappy because it was his best friend. But the dummy that belonged to his grandfather was pure evil. The kids find out that the person that they are talking to is actually the spirit of Harold Biddle. Episode 7, Give Yourself Goosebumps, shows that the kids find themselves trapped in the scrapbook and the real Mr. Bratt, where Harold is in his body out there, while his spirit is trapped in the scrapbook. But Harold was overtaken by Bratt, and as Bratt was trying to regain control of his body and free the kids, but fails this time and drops the scrapbook in a puddle, changing the fate of the kids. Episode 8, You Can't Scare Me, shows that the kids aren't dead but close to death, as Bratt is able to make a escape for the kids, and in the pages of the scrapbook are Harold's parents saying that they forgive him. But the kids escape, and Harold gets control again, chasing Nora in the mountains to get Slappy back. He manages to get Slappy back, but when Isaiah, Margot, and Lucas are searching for Nora, Isaiah slips and is holding on to the ledge of a cliff, where Slappy and Harold find him. But the others say that his parents forgive him, and their parents apologize to Harold for what they did to him. Harold throws Slappy off the cliff and leaves Brat's body, and takes one last look at Sarah and joins his parents in the afterlife, which concludes this storyline, as the last two episodes probably set the story in a direction that might leave the door open for a season 2 or something to shock the fans. Episode 9, Night of the Living Dummy, Part 2, is actually set months after Episode 8, where Margot and Lucas are dating. The gang is taking a weekend trip in Seattle, where they just hang out and chill, but Brat goes back to the mountains because he thinks Slappy can help him with his book on the events of what happened in the first 8 episodes. Lucas says he doesn't want to be there, but what he wants to go home. So he breaks up with Margot and takes the next bus back home. What Brett does is a big mistake. As he reads the card and has Candu's grave, where it was shown in episode 6, something that his grandfather couldn't do. But the spirit of Slappy goes into Candu's body and revives him. But Ben walks in on them and he is turned into a puppet by Candu, and he leaves the house, going to cause chaos. Episode 10, the season finale, titled Welcome to Horrorland. As the kids return back home to find out evil has been unleashed on the town and causes the town to fall under his control. The remaining kids and Brat must find a way to save their friends, family, and the rest of the town. As they free everyone but Candu is reversing before he became immortal. He shoots Isaiah before he dies, and he is sent in a coma. But Margot reads from the book and says the spell and brings back Isaiah from his coma. In the final scene, Brat is seen washing his face, but knowing that Candu's spirit is in his body this time, ending the season with a cliffhanger of Candu smiling in the mirror, leaving the door open for season 2. Next time on Story of the Movie Season 3, I covered all the movies back in Season 1, and it's time to revisit that series. It is episode 22, Saw X, the next chapter in the Saw franchise. Until next time, listeners, stay safe and peace. This is Roan, signing off.